I think, yes, there is the French level of seeing this problem of terrorism and everything, but I think some people do not analyze the European level of this threat too.
And we've seen an awful and a dreadful week in Germany, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. But also we need to take into account that Daesh is following all the news of what is happening under the European territory. And what they can see is that, for example, the Brexit, who can be something that you cannot think about, but who is dividing the Europe, is something very useful for Daesh, because they are going to use this against European population.
Yan St-Pierre, it is, I suppose, one of the assumptions that one has to make that the Islamic State group and those who adhere to their call, to their cause, living here in Europe, even if they're not specifically linked to them in any concrete and tangible sense, will be looking at the series of events over the course of the last few weeks and the violence that has become almost a part of our daily lives in countries like France and Germany, it seems, over the course of the last few months, and that will be encouraging, feeding the minds of those who have these sorts of violent aspirations.
Absolutely, and to follow up with what was said currently, it's exactly this. It's a principle of divide and conquer, and also to notice, you know, there was once upon a time, about 5, 6, 7 years ago, France had this aura of invincibility in terms of counterterrorism. I remember quite well an article in Foreign Affairs where France was presented as the worst place to be a jihadi in the Western world. Germany also had this aura where now the dam is broken. People, you know, to use the expression, they've seen blood, and they know that their enemy can be weakened, that it can be hurt, and obviously they feel now that they want to take part as well. And the fact that they're going low scale, not sophisticated, using knives, using kitchen knives, using cars, it just shows that they'll take anything that's at hand to perform the attacks. And the fact that we're seeing a streak now throughout Europe of such attacks, including just before the Brexit with Joe Cox, even if it's not Islamic terrorism, it is nonetheless extremism and terrorism. There's a mood for it, and everybody just feels that it is appropriate now to express these grievances in a very violent way and note that the authorities don't seem to be in a position to stop them.